Hi everyone, this is Anna. Thank you so much for being here. In this video, I'll be showing you a quick and easy way to color intricate die-cut panels using water-based markers. This is a shaker card I created using one of the intricate dies from Hero Arts. I know this type of cover dies can be very intimidating to color, but I'm hoping after this video, you will learn that it can be fairly quick and fun. The water-based markers I'll be using today are Zig Clean Color Brush markers. But you may use any water-based markers you may have in your stash like Tombows or Karen. But before we move on to the technique, I will show you what I used to create this shaker card. For the main element of the card, I will use this beautiful cover die from Hero Arts called Magnolia Branches. I will also use the Woodgrain frame die, and for the sentiment, I will use Friend Words Fancy die. Here are the markers I will use to color in the image. For the flowers, pink and light pink, the leaves, mid-green and olive green, and for the branches, oatmeal and dark oatmeal. To die cut the magnolia branches, I will use watercolor paper. After running the die through the die cutting machine, I removed it carefully and made sure that the die cut panel remained stuck to the die cutting plate. I will be using a lot of water, and this will help keep the panel from warping. It will also make it a lot easier to color. I took the light pink marker and began coloring all the flowers and buds. I made sure to color them fully and not caring if I went outside the lines. What I love about this technique is that it can be quite forgiving. After I colored in all the flowers, I took the pink marker and colored the base of each flower and the inner areas of the petals. This is a much darker pink, so I did not put too much of it, just enough to emphasize each petal. Then I applied small dots at the base of each bud. Then I went over it again with a light pink marker just to blend it out a little bit. With a mid-green marker, I scribbled areas beneath each petal and on some of the leaves as well. Then I added olive green to darken some of the areas. For the branches, I colored them all in with oatmeal. Then I added touches of dark oatmeal here and there to darken the areas between branches. Next, I took a spray bottle filled with water and perfect pearls and sprayed the die-cut panel generously. I wiped the sides of the panel and then let it dry for a few minutes. While the panel was still damp, I took the dark oatmeal marker and colored certain areas of each branch, mainly on one side. The damp paper allows the color to spread out a little. Then I went back again with a lighter oatmeal color and further blended it out. I also added more green for color variation. Then I set the panel aside to dry. While that was drying, I will work on the other elements of the card. I took the oatmeal marker and scribbled it onto the frame, which I had die cut out of ivory colored cardstock. I scribbled the oatmeal marker onto an acrylic block and painted the die-cut sentiment with a damp paintbrush. This is another way you can color an image using water-based markers. This looks like a hot mess now, but once I remove the unwanted pieces from the die-cut, the beautiful design will shine through. I could also further enhance it with colored pencils and alcohol markers, but I like it just the way it is. Now to assemble the shaker card. I have here a side folding note card. Off camera, I ink smushed a panel of watercolor paper with splash and pool party inks and gave a little splatter for interest. I trimmed it down to 4 by 5 1/4 inches. I will add liquid glue to the back and adhere it to the front of the note card. This will be the background for my shaker card. Next, I will add acetate to the back of the die-cut panel. I added a generous amount of liquid glue and I'll adhere it to a piece of acetate cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then I will add a wood grain frame on top. I'll add double-sided foam tape all around the frame at the back. And make sure not to leave any gaps in the foam tape for the sequins to go through. I will use this small flat iridescent sequins for the contents of the shaker card. I sprinkle them generously onto the front of the card and spread them out with my fingers. Then I remove the backing of the foam tape and using the fold of the note card as a guide, I place down the die-cut acetate panel. I press down firmly to make sure the foam tape adheres well. As for the sentiment, I die-cut another one out of brown cardstock and adhered it to the back, offsetting it a little to create a shadow. I added liquid glue to the back and adhered it to the bottom right side of the window of the panel. To finish off the card, I added small iridescent baubles for added sparkle. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial and learned something new. If you're interested in learning more watercolor techniques, I will have a playlist linked at the end. And if you're interested in any of the products I used in this video, I have them all linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Till next time, bye!